why is autoimmune disease a hidden cancer? And a lot of us don't think about autoimmune disease in this way, and I'm going to talk about why it is important to actually realize it. I'm Dr. Maggie Yu, and I'm an integrative physician focusing our program on how to transform autoimmune disease naturally. And if you have anybody that you know that is interested in learning more about autoimmune disease, please join our Facebook group, Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally. And those of you that are watching, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up, a heart. Anybody that you know that could benefit from learning more about autoimmune disease, go ahead and post in the comment section their name and share this. Awareness is key. So we're going to be talking about why I feel like, and a lot of you already know, that autoimmune disease is the hidden cancer. And the reason I say it in this way is because, what is cancer? Cancer is basically a pathological process where cells in your body basically grow unrestricted, and it's growing and it's sucking the life out of you at the price of all the other healthy cells in your body. That's what cancer is. And there's a lot of information, there's a lot of research around it, because cancer kills. And it's obvious. It ends life. It can be young, it can be old, but it's a very difficult, slow, wasting away type of illness. And so how is autoimmune disease the same? Well, autoimmune disease is where part of your own body is behaving, honestly, like a cancer cell. It's attacking your own body, and it's feeding itself the autoimmune attack at the expense of your healthy cells. And it's causing permanent destruction over time of your healthy cells. So it's a cancer. It literally is your own body trying to kill you yourself, okay? And the hardest part for people to deal with in autoimmune disease is the fact that, first of all, people don't realize how serious and severe autoimmune disease is. Severity is really huge. That's one piece. And a lot of this is made worse because we look healthy and normal. So we don't look like a cancer patient. I don't look like a cancer patient, neither do you. But yet we have something that's trying to kill our bodies permanently, right? And we're dying from it and suffering symptoms from it. It's the same. But because we look normal, which is number two, there is a huge thing we call clinical bias. What does that mean is that if your doctor or your family and friends look at you and you look healthy on the outside, they don't really understand, and you're dismissed, discounted, and basically when you go into a doctor's office, it's all shoved under the rug, or we don't know what's wrong with you because you look normal. How many of you have been told you're crazy, or you have anxiety or depression when you feel like and you're dying? Well, that's the second problem. Is number one is severity. Number two is that we look normal. So it raises clinical bias on the part of doctors to dismiss you, and family and friends tend not to take you seriously. Now, we ourselves don't take it seriously. I don't know how many of you with autoimmune disease would diminish how severe the impact of having autoimmune disease is, and you put everybody else and everything else in front of you. Okay? And to me, it's kind of interesting where, let's say you're just talking about cancer. It's a no-brainer. If you've been diagnosed with cancer, everybody in your family, including you, is going to put beating cancer on the top of your priority list, okay? And yet, when we have autoimmune disease, people with autoimmune disease themselves cannot and often do not put themselves top of the priority list. They diminish what autoimmune disease is for them as well as other people in their family and their doctors doing that. So the idea that we diminish our own autoimmune disease, and we don't get that, how severe and how much of an impact autoimmune disease have, just like cancer, is part of the problem. People with autoimmune disease downgrade, diminish, and they actually devalue themselves in their own experience. So that's the other piece of this, of why it's a hidden cancer, but it's killing people at equal, if not a higher rate than cancer, but yet it's completely ignored. It's literally the silent cancer. Okay. And then number three, the other part that we're talking about is that a lot of people with autoimmune disease don't recognize that so much of autoimmunity in the attack can be reversed. It can be turned around. So there's a lot of, in cancer, there's so much research around it. There's a lot of treatments, a lot of natural and medications that's aimed around prolonging life and some cases reversing the cancer or stopping the cancer. And yet in autoimmune disease, we don't even talk about it like that. Meaning once you get it, you're screwed, and you're going to get more and more and more diagnoses. So in diagnoses that are life-threatening and continue to threaten your life more and more. And we accept that in autoimmune disease, yet we don't accept that in cancer. Why do we accept that in autoimmune disease? I don't understand it. I absolutely disagree with it. And to me, what's going on in this country is that autoimmune disease is a silent cancer that's causing just as much financial impact on your life. It's killing just as many people. It's causing just as much, as not more suffering. And yet, nobody really knows about it. So that's why I call autoimmune disease the hidden cancer. And until you actually recognize yourself how severe it is, number two is how you've been downplaying it and the world downplays it because of clinical bias and your own bias against putting it first and yourself first. And until you actually recognize that there is reversibility in turning down and reversing a lot of autoimmune attack, there is hope in it. It's going to continue to be the silent cancer that continues to kill you, rob you and your family of your life together, your happiness, and your financial health. So I think awareness is key. And if this message resonates with you, that autoimmune disease is a silent epidemic, please share this message right now. Put someone's name in the comment section. Here's the deal. They may not listen. If you know someone with autoimmune disease and they're not recognizing the severity of this and not doing something to turn it around, they may not listen to you, but they'll listen to me. So go ahead and share it by posting their name in the comment section. Awareness is key. Thanks so much for listening, and share it right now. And go ahead and join our Facebook group, Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally, to learn more about autoimmune disease and find out what our online program is about in turning around autoimmune disease naturally. Thank you.